Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Scott. I'm here with Russ Greenberg, a realtor it's Boca Raton, right?
I'm in Boynton Beach now. My office is in Boca Raton.
Okay, in Florida now, was in Connecticut for a while too, and has a pretty fun background, so we're going to get into that today. Russ, can you just kind of give us a high level overview? How did you get into real estate? How did you get your first clients?
Wow, that's getting pretty personal there. I worked for a family business out of high school. I worked with my father's company, Eastern Paint and Wallpaper, and my brother since I was a little kid. They started me in painting closets when I was 8. I was the left-handed painter. Then I learned wallpaper, helping his guys on jobs. And by the time I got to high school, I've already been doing the work for 10 years. I was running crews as a teenager. I was running crews of older guys because I knew so much about the business. And then I also was a competitive bodybuilder in Connecticut. I was a state champion teenage powerlifter. I was a junior Olympic weightlifting champion, Connecticut, tri-state regional. I went to the Junior Olympics, won a gold medal, and I went on international competition, United States versus Canada junior team in Montreal, and I won a gold medal. They had a full-page article on me in the Connecticut Post and the Bridgeport Post. So I've done a lot. And then I became a gym manager for a Gold's Gym in Milford. It was the first biggest super gym of the state. We called it the Super Gym. And while I was doing that, I started real estate. And then as I started taking off in my real estate career, I ended up leaving the gym. And the owner's like, please don't leave. I need you. Like, you're the only guy I trust. Let's do me a favor. He goes, can you work for me 2 nights a week part-time after I left? So at least I can go home with my kids and my family. So yeah, all right, I'll work 2 nights a week part-time. That gives you your 2 nights off. And he trusted me so much. I'd lock up the gym at 10. All the local cops would come at 10. You see 5 cop cars in the parking lot, like there was a murder. They were all working out. I'd make blasting rock and roll and making protein drinks at the bar. And all the cops are there working out at 10 to 11 with me because I would do 2 sessions a day. I was competing in bodybuilding. So, at night I do a second session, half-hour cardio, half-hour training, blasting music, do a half-hour in the suntan bed. It was great. It was great times.
Cool. So, how did it become that you were a realtor all of a sudden? How was that process?
Yeah, doing the real estate in Connecticut. When I started, I worked for a Century 21 office, a new office that started from 3 local guys who worked for other Century 21s, got together, started their own company. And I just took off. I'm good with people. I'm smart. I know the city like the back of my hand. I grew up my whole life there. And I really did mostly just Bridgeport. And I did a lot of stuff in the bad side where people were, it was a city with a very bad, one of the worst villages rated in the United States. Father Panic Village, highest murder rate in the country. And my friends were all the tactical narcotics officers that did all the raids and the drug dealer raids. And I used to go into the bad section and list all these properties that no one would go to. Like, I ain't going there, I get shot. And I'd go there and there was crack houses and I give guys $100 to get them out. They'd go run out to buy crack and food. And then my guys would come in and board them up. All the banks called me, do all the foreclosures. I was their guy. I was the only one to go into the ghetto. And I'd give them all money. All the crackheads leave. We'd board the house up, lock it up. I'd take pictures of it and put it online. People were buying sight unseen. And all my friends that were contractors that were slow in the winter would all buy a house. I'm talking houses for $35,000, a nice row house that was a prestige years ago. Everyone from General Electric worked there, and every house in the street was a row house, and everyone bought those and walked to work back in the day. All the Polish, all the Jewish, all the Italians, they all lived in those row houses. Well, 80 years later, it became what was prestigious, hardworking class, middle class America became the ghetto. And I would sell all those properties. My friends would buy them for 35, put 30 into it, do the work, flip it in January, February when it was snowing. And in March, April, and the spring, I would sell it for 140 and they'd make 60 grand.
I've talked to a lot of people. I've never heard a story like that before.
I sold Donald Trump's group 10 houses. He was going to propose to make a casino on Pleasure Beach. That was when my mother was a little girl. They had Ferris wheels and an amusement park and a roller coaster, 80 years ago. It was shut down and it was a decrepit island, nothing being done there. The bridge didn't work good. And my parents had a beach house there back in the early days. And Trump proposed he was going to put a casino there. So he had to widen the street, the main road to get there. So he was buying every house on the street so he can widen the road. And I'm talking about houses were 10, 20, 30, 40,000. Crack houses, bad, boarded up, shit that need to be knocked down. But I sold Trump's group about a dozen houses there. And I won, top listing agent, top selling agent, because I didn't have the volume. Like one lady could sell $1 million house, but I sold $50,000 houses. So I had the quantity, but it's still at the end of the day pays your bills.
Absolutely. Good for you. So how do you handle business development right now? Is it referrals? Are you getting leads somehow?
It's both. Referrals, I work with a lot of pro agents. pro athletes on non-disclosure agreements. Being I was a pro athlete and I work with the boxing commission. A lot of people move to Florida. We have some of the top fight gyms in the world are here in Florida. A lot of the pro athletes come here to train. A lot of pro athletes have houses in Florida, their second homes on the water, beautiful mansions. So I kind of work on a network group that I'm in, and they know me and they trust me. So I get a lot of referrals from that. And I still do some advertising. Like I just got off the phone today, 3 hours on doing a mailing. I just listed a new property and I was developing postcards and doing like a 500 list of all the houses in the area I'm mailing to today.
What are most of your clients like? Is it first time buyers? You mentioned athletes, like luxury. Like what is a primary listing for?
In Connecticut, I specialize with first-time home buyers. People used to wait in line for the CHAFA funds, the Connecticut Housing Finance Authority. When interest rates were 13, they'd get it at 8. They would wait in line for it, sign up on the list. So I worked with mostly all first-time home buyers. You know, my average sale is 100. The beautiful, nice side of town, you could buy a house for 109. Where if you were in Stamford or Norwalk, Connecticut, near New York, the same little 3-bedroom cape was 325. But go to Bridgeport, it's 120. And be like, oh, Bridgeport, you're gonna get shot. Take someone, show them a house there. You get out, it's peaceful, it's quiet. They're like, where's all the people running around with the guns? I go, you see what I mean? There is one bad side of town. Boca Raton has the biggest mansion in the world, but go through Pearl City in Boca Raton, they're selling drugs there. There's a ghetto. So every city has it, okay? Ours was just bigger. So you went to the north end, you could buy a house for $105,000. That was beautiful. A raised ranch on a lake, I sold for $126,900. I listed at $126,900. I sold it full price. These two sisters owned it. So someone from Stanford, a guy gave me, I can't afford a house for $300,000. Stanford, I'm 25 years old. Yeah, he was engaged, he was getting married, comes to Bridgeport, buys a house. The lake is right down the street, Lake Forest, go fishing, rowboating. He's like, this is beautiful. I go, yeah, I know. There's a bad image, but once you come here and look and get out of the car 8 o'clock at night and you don't hear gunshots, wow, it's safe. It's okay here.
So you have a pretty interesting background. Do you have any good stories about how you got maybe a listing based on your background or who you are?
But that's actually called illegal cheating. I'd go in houses sometimes, right? Kids are like, mommy, I know him. Like, son, sit down. I'm talking to the real estate agent. And you hear him whisper. And the lady goes, can I ask you a question, Mr. Greenberg? You can call me Russ. Were you a WWF wrestler? Who said that? My son saw you with Jake the Snake Roberts on TV last week. Yeah, that was me. Kids, I like, wow, mom, I told you. I said, what about if I got him an autographed picture? Would I get the listing now? It was a done deal. Done deal. You know? Bribery.
Yeah. Illegal cheating. You had mentioned about getting leads. What does that look like for you? Like where they're coming from? Are they successful for you?
Yeah, I have a social media company that does all my postings on my social media pages, business real estate pages. When I do new listings, they make a video. I do a single property website that gets automated. I have another 0.2 agent system. When I list a property, it goes out to 100 retail websites for customers. And like today, I was on the phone 3 hours designing a new postcard. I just took a new listing this weekend. It's getting mailed out to like everyone within a mile radius of the property. So I'm actively always marketing when I have new listings. And in this market, if you price it right, they don't last.
Yeah. How is it in Florida now? You hear all kinds of stories.
It was crazy 4 years during the pandemic. You listed house for 500, you got 10 offers, and everyone was higher. 5, 510, 515, 520. People lose a house by bidding 10,000 over. We're not losing the next one. We're bidding 20,000 over. I've had a friend of mine, bought a house and paid 100,000 over. Bought the biggest house at Parkland Country Club. I sold it to him, and he lost 2 already. And he wanted his kids in that school, very high rated, Stoneman Douglas, unfortunately, where that shooting was, but it's still one of the most expensive cities around, all $1 million, $2 million houses, gated communities. My sister lived there. It was gorgeous. I lost track. Talking about Parkland. So yeah, he bid 100,000 over. He says, I'm not losing this house. I lost 2. The house was the biggest house in the country club. It was $3 million. He goes, I'll give him $3 million plus 100,000. And he finally got it. So it was crazy for a while. Now it's going down. Now you're not getting 10 offers on a listing. You're not getting offers over full price unless there's a bidding war and there's 3 people bidding. They'll go 5, 10,000, 3,000 over full price. If you're smart, if you list a house at 150 and it's worth 130, you're going to not get 150. You're going to get, if you're lucky, 140, maybe 135. If you list it at 135 and where it should have been, you're going to get 135, a full price offer. Someone's not going to play games. Hey, their house down the street's 150. They want 135. Let's go in full price. So I tell the sellers this. Don't think you'll get more. You're going to get less in a longer time frame. If you listen to me, you're going to get more in a shorter time frame.
Yeah. What about like staying in touch with past clients? Do you use a CRM tool? Do you stay in touch with them somehow?
I have a CRM that mails them and I'll send them a reminder. And don't forget, if your friends and relatives want to buy, please refer me. I'll give them a gift card to a restaurant. They send me a client, keep in touch with them. Some people I don't bother them and always call them, keep in touch. But some people call me just, hey, how you been? I'm talking, hey, by the way, I think my friend might be looking for a place. So luckily I develop good relationships and they call me.
Is it automated, or do you have to physically call somebody?
It's automated, but if I get a hit, then of course I respond.
Got it. Okay, cool. What about you'd mentioned about social media? How is that process for you? Do you like doing that?
No, I don't.
Like creating content?
No, I have the company do it, and plus my office has a content creator, and I can go on there and pull up every day. There's a new thing about the market, about the weather, whatever, and I could repost it. I have permission. They have things that are done, and it's for the agents to use for marketing.
Okay, cool. You had mentioned about advertising. Are there certain channels you think are more effective?
Everyone has their thing. In the old day, door knocking. I don't door knock. People still do it. If you hit 100 houses, you might get a listing. Oh, I ain't walking around 100 houses, but hey, you get a listing for a 500,000, you make 35,000 commission. You spent the whole day door knocking. Was it worth it? Yeah, it probably was. That's not me. Everyone has their own tactics. Call. I don't cold call. I hate cold calling. I don't like talking to people unless the warm lead. Unless you're interested in me, I don't want to talk to you. I'm not going to try to convince you. If you list your house for sale on Zillow by owner, you're going to get 20 realtors to call you. How many really know what they're doing or can take your listing and sell it? I could. I wait till they're desperate. If I see his house on Zillow in 90 days by owner, I said, listen, you're either overpriced because, I'll sell it for $1 million. It's, no, your house is worth 800,000, sir. Give me your email. I'll send you 10 comps now that sold in your building. So what makes you think yours is worth $1 million? You have gold plated faucets. Otherwise, 10 houses just sold for 800,000 in your building. And you have to hit them. Sometimes you're a gentleman. I am a gentleman always, but sometimes you got to hit them between the eyes.
Yeah.
There is certain things that affect value in Florida that's different than anywhere else. Like, for example, a high rise in Miami. If you're on the 80th floor, it's 800,000. If you're on the 40th floor, it's 600,000. If you're facing the beach, it's $1 million. If you're in a hallway and you're 10 units away from the beach, it's 200,000 less. So the closer you are to the water, the higher you are. Price goes up. I had to meet appraisers, and some were cocky. Don't tell me how to do my job. I'm not telling you how to do your job. I'm telling you about how the building value gets affected here that I know and you don't know. And if I have to put comps in your hand to show you, that's my job, is to make sure this house appraises for my customer. So yes, I am telling you how to do your job. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Knock me out? Go ahead, throw a shot. You got a guy with a lifetime of fighting experience. Hit me with your best shot. Because there's some arrogant ones, and there's some that are very friendly and say, thanks for helping me.
Yep. Yeah. When people get defensive, nothing good comes from that.
No.
Do you ever advertise on Facebook or Instagram or?
Yes, I have a business page, Russ Greenberg Real Estate, Facebook, Real Estate 33062, or South Florida Waterfront Real Estate. I have a couple business pages. I don't use Twitter a lot. I don't feel Twitter is good for business. It's all about personal stuff and videos and what'd you do today, and
Yeah. I was wondering what videos perform better. Do you ever look at it like, hey, listings or behind the scenes testimonials? Do you ever think about what does better than others?
It doesn't work for everyone. It works for me. I'm interesting. What the hell is this guy going to do? I'm on a boat fishing and just going to swordfish. Oh, it's behind this house on the water right here. Look, you pull up your boat. It's got a dock. I listed it. My videos get hits because I know. So here's this beautiful townhouse. Look at the flower beds. Oh, look at the pretty drapes. These girls go and do videos with an open shirt and their cleavage showing. They think that's going to get them business. They're stupid. They're trying to sell their body to get business. Yes, they think some guy, I'll sleep with you if you buy the house from me. Yeah, after the guy closes, here's your $100 gift card to Texas Roadhouse. I don't market my body. I'm too old. When I was young, I could. I was a Chippendale dancer. When I was young, I was a Chippendale dancer. Another one of my secrets to my life story.
Yeah, dude. When's the book coming out?
I gotta show you. I'll email it. I'm on a couple romance cover novels. I did a couple of the Chippendale calendars. I did Bid for Bachelors to raise money for the Cancer Society. I've done a lot of charity events. I did a suicide hotline once. I actually saved lives for a recovery center. They had a radio show and had a suicide hotline. And I'm telling you, man, I saved lives that night. I had kids that were desperate, and I've been there. You know the song Van Halen? I've been to the edge. I stood and looked down. I lost a lot of friends there, baby. I got no time to look around. That song saved my life. We all lost a girlfriend we loved when we were young. And you're like, I don't want to live no more. And something smacks you, punches you in the face. And you say, I'm going to do something crazy. I was already a champion bodybuilder, tri-state, could have turned pro. I didn't want to go that way and take a ton of steroids. And I got into the wrestling school. I was good looking, good build, good athlete. Started getting booked right away on the independent circuit. Become New England wrestling champion for the New England Wrestling Federation. And I was at a show once and got spotted by an agent from WWF. Hey, son, you ever want to work with WWF? Yeah, sure. Who doesn't? Come on, the king. Yeah, leave me alone, old man. And people are in the locker room like, what'd you say to that guy? I told him, leave me alone. Who was he, the freaking janitor? Like, do you know who that is? I go, no, that's Mr. Patterson. Pat Patterson, the WWF booking agent. And they're like, yeah, you better. I went up to him, run up to him. I shook his hand. Oh, Mr. Patterson, so nice to meet you. Sorry. I just got hit over the head with a chair. I'm huffing and puffing at the end of the match. Because I understand, son. You did a good job out there, son. I understand. Nice to meet you. He accepted my apology for snubbing him. And from that day on, he gave me his card, called me. I started getting booked. I started as the new guy, starting out, pay your dues. Did all the TV tapings and Monday Night Raw, Superstars, Shotgun, Saturday Night Wrestling. I did all the shit. I did the first Monday Night Raw in New York City in 1993 against Razor Ramon. And I used to go every Monday night to Manhattan, 34th Street, Manhattan Center, and do a live taping. And then after a year, they started doing it in different areas. Then they would do 2 in one night, tape one live, and tape one for the next week. And then they started doing it in other states. And we went all over to different colleges and arenas. So I've traveled all over with them. It was fun.
What do you have a stage name?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you have a stage name for your wrestling?
I used my real name a lot, working with Russ Greenberg, but also my character was Jimmy Star.
Okay.
And me and my partner, he was a very good build guy too. And we were Stars and Stripes. And we did good. We did a lot of tag team matches with the Supers. I did the Hardy Boys when they were tag team champions. Had a great match with them. Well Done, Smoking Gun, all the tag teams. We wrestled a lot of them.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Had some great matches with Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, a couple times. Great performer, one of the best workers in the world. Bret Hart had his jacket made from a leather company in Connecticut, in my hometown where I was from. I had my jacket made by the same guy. Connecticut leather sportswear. I'm in the ghetto. Where else is any business in Bridgeport? In the ghetto.
Where you sold some houses.
Yep. They all knew me. I come down there. That the police? No, that not the police. That the real estate guy. They all knew me. They all sticking there with their guns, 15-year-old kids selling drugs in the corner with a 357 Magnum sticking out. They all knew me. They didn't mess with me. I wasn't there to bother their business.
That's awesome. What about, like, as far as being a realtor, is there anything you do that takes up time but doesn't generate revenue?
Yeah, taking out customers with bad credit. You get some customers that are incredible to work with. I had a guy, nice Jewish couple, thought I hit it off with them. Not supposed to talk about race, color, religion, origin, but we hit it off, started talking about Jewish holidays, her cooking. I miss my mom's, matzo ball soup. She said, I'll make you some. And I showed him a condo for $1 million on the beach. And we had to wait in line. Every 15 minutes, they let a new agent in. Everyone was in line. And I see this one guy, got a $20,000 Rolex on. Fucking snowing at home again. It's 10 degrees below in Chicago. We're done. We're moving to Florida. I said, this guy's going to buy this house. My guy called me in the morning. Hey, Russ, see if they'll take $750 cash. I'll close in 2 days. $750 cash. I go, dude, they're asking $1 million. What are you smoking? I want some of that shit. And I called the agent at 10:30 in the morning. She goes, sold. I was up till midnight doing the contract. That guy that I said from Chicago is done. He's the one who bought it. He paid $10,000, $20,000 over asking price. And my guy wanted to offer $200,000 under asking price. By 10:30 in the morning, she says, I was up till midnight doing this contract. I wasn't letting it go. It was sold at midnight. And we were there at 3:00 in the afternoon. I had to let him go. I'm not going to keep showing this guy more product. I showed him a couple more. I sent to him. Oh, I looked at the tax record. They paid $565 for it. Where do they think it's worth $950? Doesn't matter if they got it free or paid $100 from their uncle. That's a rich millionaire. This is what it's worth on today's market. They're not entitled that kind of equity. That's what you say. They're entitled whatever the property's worth. So I had to let this great buyer go because we were never going to come to a contract. And I'm going to keep wasting all my time, a great $30,000 commission. Sometimes you got to let it go.
Yeah. Is there any part of your business you wish you had more time for, but you for whatever reason, you got so many different things you're working on, but this is the part of my business I love, but I just don't have time to do.
No, you got to balance it. You got to work with buyers. You got to work with sellers. You got to do some stuff for sellers, some stuff for the buyers, some stuff for the bank and financing. Your marketing every day is another day. Wake up, have your coffee, have 2 cups for me, and sit down on the computer, work a few hours, sometimes have appointments. So you kind of try to balance your day with a little of everything. I don't think Monday is my listing day, Tuesday is my paperwork day, and Thursday is my steak day. I don't do that. I go with the flow. I go day by day, plan, day at a time, but I'm not in recovery.
Do you guys use AI in your business at all?
We had a big meeting a few months ago in my office. They're going through a whole new platform now that's getting put on a whole new website, AI platform. We had a meeting and a video on it, and every agent's getting their own website, which is good. But I already have an AI website through the National Association of Realtors. I have a realtor website that's lead generating, very informational website. So I already have a great website, but another extra one won't hurt. It'll get found better on the search engines, etc. Plus, I have a high rating. I have a lot of customer testimonials there. So I have a good organic search ranking.
Okay, cool. I think that's all the questions I had for you.
Wow.